everyone, I am Mana Handar and you are listening to MAAC Rendered, where we bring you real stories from real creators. No filters, no fluffs. But what if I told you the real magic in VFX is when nobody even notices it? Joining us today is someone who's mastered exactly that. From being a MAAC student to becoming the founder and managing director of Philm CGI, fresh off a huge win in the latest Zee Cine Awards 2026 for his incredible invisible VFX in Dhurandhar. Please join me in welcoming the leader, the creator, the storyteller, the filmmaker, Mr. Anand Bhanushali. Today, a lot of young artists focus on creating something louder, something visually dramatic. But the real challenge is making VFX so seamless that it becomes invisible yet powerful enough to drive a story. So, how do you go from learning in a classroom to delivering 1000 plus powerful shots that you don't even realize are VFX? Let's together dive in. So Anand, you started as a student at MAAC. So how does it feel to go from the classroom to recently winning a Zee Cine Award for Dhurandhar?
Feels great. In fact, what I learned in my classroom, including MAAC, of course, and for me, all the studios I have worked with are also my classes. So it gives a very, very great feeling. Finally, as an artist, we aspire to kind of get recognition. And when you win awards, that's feeling it out of the world. As simple as that.
Students often want to create flashy VFX. So why did you choose to go invisible and story-driven for the 1000 plus shots in Dhurandhar?
Our firm belief is always that VFX or animation, that matter, it has to be a part of the overall vision of the project, whether it's a feature film, series or an animated series. At the end of the day, you can't be standing out and, for example, you have to be a part of the director's vision. And hence, we take a lot of pride in the work we have done in VFX for all our projects. In fact, we have kept the same philosophy that invisible VFX, great VFX is invisible VFX, and when you overpower something, I think so you don't have to really we have a belief that you don't have to do VFX for the sake of doing VFX. You have to be a part of that writer's vision, the director's vision, the DOP, everybody. In fact, and that is how a great project is done. Example would be, Chupli, Dhurandhar, you talk about Jikra. All these are feature films and series that every department has worked as a part of the movie, and they have all done splendid jobs. I think the same goes for VFX.
What is that one lesson, or probably if I may ask, the number one lesson which you learned at MAAC and you still use in Philm CGI?
One of my biggest learning has been, I was a very average student that way. What I learned in MAAC and as well as my first internship was that, if you believe in something, you're committed to it, you have the passion for it, go full throttle. I think so we practice and practice and practice. That is how we have refined our art to today where we are. So practice is the number one lesson that I always remember and continue and be a learner. Those are the two things that stay with me in every project and whatever I do.
Dhurandhar is now becoming a case study for students. What is the most important thing students should learn from your work?
Invisible VFX is one of the important things I think so that they should learn how to do it and what goes into it. As I said, a lot of research is very important to understand. Whatever you can do a short film, you can do a simple live action or an animation film. Or a short film. It is very important that you first complete your research, understand what your story is about, understand storytelling and go out. I think VFX is all about mimicking reality. take a camera, go out, capture stuff, understand, learning camera and framing and staging is the most important, I think so, thing that, students really need to work on. And understand, storytelling. Because VFX is a part of your entire storytelling. And hence, I feel it is very, very important that students learn that. They do the basics right, learn photography, things like that.
Realism is often harder than fantasy. So what is your advice to the aspiring creators who want to make renders more grounded, more real?
I think I answered this in my earlier question, but I can repeat, I think. So, VFX के लिए the best thing to do is go out, shoot. You have amazing phones with cameras. Try shooting a short film of your own. At the end of the day, you're only going to learn from it. The next time you make, you'll do better. Again, make again. Keep making if you want to be a storyteller or a content creator. If you want to be a part of VFX animation, VFX, everything is VFX around you. Everything is a reference, right from where we are sitting to the chair that I'm sitting on to the floor to the ceiling. Take photograph. Understand your photograph. Dissect it. Talk, for example, show it to 20 people or, your colleagues around you. And discuss it. Why you like a particular photograph or what is so different about a wooden flooring to a granite flooring. Speculars. Look, see exactly. Things like specular, shadows, these are the main fundamentals. So I think that is what a student should focus on for VFX. Animation, yes, try to improve, a great actor is a good animator. And I think so, for animation, you guys definitely need to focus on your acting. Do a play, learn acting, do stay. If you can take be a part of a small drama team, do that.
As an alumnus of MAAC, what is your message to the Gen Z creators who dream of becoming the managing director or probably the founder of any studio?
Patience, commitment. Don't go. I know, new generation, you guys are way smarter than us. Way ahead, way more information. You guys, have a lot of information because there's a digital age. But I think so you guys need to, VFX, animation, any art form, visual or not, it takes time, it takes practice, it takes learning. And I think so my biggest advice to the younger generation is show some patience. It's a long road. Don't go for shortcuts. Even if you want to be an entrepreneur or, someday owning a studio, running a studio, understand the ground realities of running a studio versus a job. Do a job, learn from the job, learn the art form, learn VFX, learn animation, learn how studios are run, and then create your startup. But give that time, give that strong foundation is very, very important. So I would advise that.
Alright, Anand, it's time to switch gears. Let's begin with our rapid fire round at quick answers only.
Sounds good.
One word for MAAC.
Great.
One word for Dhurandhar.
Dhurandhar.
Your most favorite project in Philm CGI. AI and VFX, reality or hype?
Hype.
One software you cannot live without.
Why?
Most challenging project of Philm CGI.
Julie.
Biggest myth about the VFX industry.
It's expensive.
One advice you would like to give to your younger self.
I wish I had done drawing.
Is it? And what advice you would like to give to our young listeners?
Photography, drawing, learn basics, great foundation.
Your dream project, Anand.
Work on a creature film, Star Wars.
That was so powerful, insightful and truly inspiring. From mastering invisible VFX to leading a studio like Philm CGI, Anand has achieved all this through his hard work, consistency, dedication and of course storytelling. Thank you so much for joining us on MAAC Rendered. So if you are someone who wants to make it big in VFX, animation, gaming and digital content creation, remember, this is your site. Follow, share and stay tuned for more such real stories on MAAC Rendered. Until next time, stay creative and stay consistent.